What's up, David? How's it going? We're back with cooking. Unfortunately, with how me and Houston's schedules align, that's what my partner would do for videos. I can't even tell this, one sec. Based on our schedules, it would appear that, you know, for this assignment, we can't do it together. So, I'm gonna be cooking for you. Just a meal I would just eat on a normal day, but living as like a college student. When I like have the groceries paid for. So right here, got rice cooking right now. In this bag right here, some Italian meatballs from Costco, and then some yakisoba, also from Costco. I'm gonna put that all together. There we go. So I'm just gonna get this all started real quick. This should be a relatively simple video. Rice is already done. Started a little bit ago. First off, I'm usually, so the instructions on with this yakisoba, which by the way, these were both bought like with free samples. So like I tried the free sample of these meatballs, divine. Yakisoba free sample, bought it, and I'm using it. So super good stuff. So I'm using a little bit of olive oil on this pan right here, they're like pre-made meatballs, so just to heat it up, and then just a cup of water with my yakisoba. Get that all going. I'm also making some for my roommate. He's gonna have rice and meatballs, so we can cook all of these up. I don't know if you can. I'm gonna put it on like a medium-high setting, and then we'll just, as that goes on, I'm gonna read the questions. I don't really need this, but like aesthetics, why not? But to start, just put this right behind here. Chapter 5 and Chapter 6, right? All right. Describe System 1 and System 2, and tell why is System 1 our default. So, for Chapter 5, System 1 is the fast automatic part of the, as you know, a lot of it's going to be like just from the reading, so. I'll try to chime in. So System 1 is the fast automatic part of our thinking that connects to the world using our 5 senses. It works like autopilot. It helps us make quick decisions using emotions, instincts, and shortcuts. It handles most of the information we experience every day. System 2 is the slow, logical part of our thinking. It takes effort and focus, and we use it for things like solving math problems or learning something new. System 1 is our default because it saves mental energy and helps us move through our daily lives without having to think deeply about every small decision, because our brain is operating in System 1 most of the time, making assumptions and leaps of logic. Okay, real quick. This is our yakisoba. I'm gonna put the meatballs, because I don't want to speak to the video. I'm gonna put that just on like medium-ish. But this is our yakisoba. So good. If you ever get a chance to see it, it's like in a big like green box frozen meal aisle. But as I read number 2, I'm gonna go stir up some rice. Maybe some new locations for a bit. All right. So the rice is looking wet. It's always nice to have a rice cooker. Oh, it's perfect. What does it mean to reframe something in a marketing sense? So reframing means presenting the same product or idea differently so people see it differently. I answered this one pretty quickly. I probably should expand a little bit more, but the product itself does not change, but the packaging, wording, price, or message around it does. So, for example, in the reading, Frisch versus Frosch ice cream. You know, when people, it was like a test to see which ones, I think, I don't know if it was kids or not, but which one would, grab the attention of, these people that were in the test, and they gravitated more towards Frosch versus Frisch. And I also took the time, because it also said to take the time to choose which one you would choose, and I also chose Frosch. Just for me, it just made sense because Frosh made sense because it just sounds like something. It sounds like ice cream for some reason. Frisch, I just compared it to fish. That's kind of what I heard. And Frosh, I compared it to fresh. So that was my reasoning. I think I don't have time, but wording really does take an effect on how we view things in a marketing sense. And for to start the Yakisoba, I'm pretty sure for Frosh, for that like wording, people connected it towards like creaminess to. I think that was the word they used. But nonetheless, wording has a big impact, and that's just one example. All right. Also, if I look really tired, it's 10:16 p.m. I didn't get much sleep, so. Moving on, under what conditions would you use the strategy of reframing? So I would use reframing when a product seems like boring or low quality, or just too similar to competitors in general. It is especially useful when the problem is how people perceive the product, not the product itself. Yeah. All right. Right here, might as well. List 5 examples of products or services that can be reframed. Describe how marketers can reframe these products. These smell so good. They're Italian meatballs with like pineapple and some spice. I can't remember. You're at Costco, you know, with the kids sometimes. So if you ever walk by that, so good. Never pick something up so quickly. I have this paper towel right here for mushrooms because I don't like the mushrooms that come with the yakisoba. List 5 examples of products or services that can be reframed. Describe how marketers can reframe those products. So, I said, did I get 5? I gave 4, I'm sorry. So I said secondhand clothing. This can be reframed as something trendy and unique. Marketers can highlight the unique differences, the unique styles, vintage fashions, and the environmental benefits of using clothes, making it look a lot more cooler, you know? And then packaged foods can be reframed. Packaged foods can be reframed from being cheap and low quality to something that is chef inspired and more elegant. Messing with the package is a good idea for that. Or, free samples, right? I think that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. All right, sports drink. Oh, this is another one. This is a stretch, though. I said sports drinks can be reframed from something that is just, instead of it just being, instead of it just being for athletes, it can turn it into something, that can be used for, recovery. Because, in my house, whenever I was sick, my dad would always give me like a Powerade or Gatorade because of the electrolytes. So essentially, look at the health benefits. Look at the electrolytes. By making advertisements around the benefits instead of the athletes could be a start. And then I also said gym memberships. Sorry, let me start this one. Gym memberships can be reframed from being about hard work, from being just about hard workouts to being about confidence and community. So instead of showing sweaty, intense training, marketers can focus on the friendly group classes and social events. I think the YMCA does a really good job. I used to go there for the gym, and they always had their Zumba classes, yoga classes. I feel like every day I went, there was always a personal trainer, a lot of old people. So I think they do a really good job of embracing kind of that community. Turn it down just a little bit. Turn this right there. Okay, that's so good. All right. I'm also really hungry. Chapter 6. Why is the brain able to process emotions without thinking? Why is your brain more... Ooh, I gotta show you this real quick though. That's nice and oh, so good. Just think pineapple's spice, and that's what that is. It's so good. Why is the brain able to process emotions without thinking? Why is the brain more attracted to powerful emotions rather than facts or rational information? So, our brains take in information all the time. This is really hard to do. All the time. And a lot of it's emotional instead of logical. We are attracted to powerful emotions that help us react quickly without having to stop and think about every detail. This is because most of the information we experience every day is not processed through deep thinking, but through our fast emotional reactions. Are there any more mushrooms? Every other food or fruit, every other vegetable that's in this yakisoba. That was so good. I'm also gonna do some adding onto that in just a sec. I'm gonna bring these. Opening up a window. All right. So describe figure 6.1, contributions to emotional connection, and illustrate with examples, not from the book. So it shows that when two products are basically the same, people choose the one that makes them feel better emotionally. For example, when I'm looking for something quick to eat and I want to eat ramen, I will always go to Top Ramen because that was a food from my childhood and something that I'm very familiar with and connected to. And there's other, there's other brands of ramen like Mara-chan and like cup of noodles, but it's just, if they were the same price, I still wouldn't buy them just because, again, connected more with Top Ramen. Put this, so now I'm gonna put the meatballs on a lower setting just so they can like still stay a little warm, but I did get this video all said and done. All right. Another example would be like jerseys. So, man, I'll just close that a little bit. Comparing like two NBA jerseys, right? Of equal price, and I would go for the one with the team that I love versus the one I don't. Curry jersey, Golden State Warriors versus like a Chicago Bulls, like Vucevic jersey, whatever. I'd go with the Curry one because I'm emotionally connected to that one. All right. So, we're nearing the end of the video because we're on the last question. I think these will be all... I'm going to put this on the wall. Alright, so create an idea for an advertisement your client would run for each of the 8 primary emotions. Family promise, right? Oh, can't even see me. First off would be joy, of course. So I said show a young kid moving from living on the streets into a safe home with help from the community. That's always going to be, something positive and nice. Little, well, no, actually, we're fine. All right, next, sadness. I said show an ad of all the mothers and children who struggle on the streets of Spokane during the 4 seasons. The ad would focus like on struggling families and the reality of like what could happen if the issue is continuously ignored. So these look kind of burnt, but I think these are just right, to be honest with you. These look perfect. All right. Next is trust. Show real stories of families who've received help from Family Promise. Easy enough. Next is disgust. Show an advertisement of disabled people who are forced to live on the streets as in harsh conditions. Harsh conditions. When I say disabled, I mean like, severely malnourished, like amputees, drugged up people. They got like the weird poses and like it just looks scary looking, especially if they're like taking fentanyl. Like just show that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Anger. Focus on the systems that keep families homeless. The ad will show like that with enough support and funding, barriers could be removed and the problems could be solved. And then lastly, surprise. Reveal surprising... Oh, wait, no, 2 more. So reveal surprising facts about how much of the organization actually does. Like the number of families they help, large donations. Yeah. And then last but not least, anticipation. Show a new campaign or event that will help families in Spokane make people want to contribute by showing an ad of what Spokane can look like if we all can contribute. All right, so... I'm gonna just wrap up the video. That's the last question, but I'm also gonna add some tapatio to my yakisoba because I like spice, and I really like tapatio. This video is sponsored by that guy and Costco. Now I'm gonna also use this plate. I think I'm going to start off with my I gotta hurry. I also don't have a lot of storage left. I don't know when this video could end. nice big clump of rice. You know how I said I usually get Qdoba every day? Like first day of class? Yeah, I couldn't get it today, so that's like a meal skip for me. So I'm really hungry. Eat it up, and then
I bet your ass didn't even start the movie, huh?
I'm recording a video, bro. Now I gotta edit that. It's for my class, bro. No, you're good, bro. I know how to edit. All right. And then I'm gonna put the food on the plate. Bye, Caleb. Dude, this actually looks really good. Wow. I'm just gonna, and then split this up evenly. Oh shoot! Oh, they're gonna bounce everywhere. It's a very unorthodox dish, but it makes sense, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And voila. Thanks, David. See you in the next one.